The top 5 places where you can find good women. I'm talking about women who are not promiscuous, women who haven't slept with like 1,000 guys, women who are not bar trash or club sluts. I'm talking about good women. Okay, so let's crack right into this. Now, these top 5 places, you will notice very quickly, are not going to be bars and clubs, because obviously, where do most guys go to find women? They go right to the bars and clubs because all of their chump friends are going there too, every Friday, Saturday night. Okay, so you want to avoid these places at all costs, because if you go to the bars and clubs, you're going to meet a specific type of woman, and it's not going to be the type of woman that you're going to want to be in a relationship with, even just a casual dating relationship. Okay, you don't want these type of women. Even you guys are like, pump and dump though, it doesn't matter, pump and dump. Like, even those pump and dump women, those chicks who go to those bars and clubs, those are the type of chicks that are going to screw you, right? Those are the type of chicks that are just going to try to get money out of you, get pregnant and then take money from you. Okay, instead we're talking about where you can find women, good women, that you can safely date casually or enter LTRs with, long-term relationships, or even marriage. A lot of my students are looking to have a family, right? They're looking to have kids, and I understand that. You know, I mean, it's not for me personally, but I'm not going to try to shame you or, try to change your mind about that. I'm just gonna, warn you. Now, these top 5 places are places that I personally go. Okay, so I'm not pulling this shit out of the air. I'm telling you exactly where I go to personally to find good women, to find the women that I do. Because whenever I run into students, like when I'm out and about, when I'm on a date with one of my girls, they're often like, man, where did you meet this girl? She looks cool. She doesn't look slutty like these other top PUA guys I see on dates. It's like, man, this girl is actually classy. Where did you meet her? And I was telling them, like, not at the bar and club, right? Not at the nightclub on a Friday night. All right, so these top 5 places are places that I want you to start going to meet good women, okay? And these are in no particular order, right? They're in no particular order. But the first place I like to go to where you will find good women are generally going to be cafes, like a Starbucks or a Whole Foods, right? I pick up a lot of girls from Whole Foods just because I go there almost every other day, right? I go to this little salad bar. There's always tons of hot women there. If you don't feel comfortable picking up women at Whole Foods, there's cafes, a number of cafes out there, Starbucks, where women are just sitting, they're doing their work, they're having their coffee, right? They're just sitting there doing nothing. And it's very easy to approach them, strike up a conversation with them, start talking to them, right? Not hard at all. And it depends too where the Starbucks is located, where the cafe is located. Obviously you want to go to one that is in a target-rich environment. Personally, the Starbucks that I like to go to is right down the street from UCLA, right? It's in Westwood. Tons of Targets in there, tons of hotties. I've met a lot of cute girls in there that I ended up dating, right? And I just continue to milk that place for all it's worth, right? It's a Starbucks in Westwood. I mean, you could go there too. No one's gonna stop you. I don't mind the competition, right? But a lot of college girls there, a lot of young cute girls, they go to that Starbucks. So obviously you want to be specific about which ones you go to, right? And even when I'm traveling and I go to a cafe or I go to a Starbucks, if there's always like at least 1 or 2 cute girls in there, whether they're in line or they're sitting. And I will often, almost always make an attempt to approach them. Okay, whether it be direct or indirect. I mean, if I'm feeling in the mood, I'm feeling bold, and I'm feeling like I have a connection with the girl, I'll just go direct. I'll be like, hey, I know it's super random. I saw you, I thought you were cute, and I just want to say hi, what's your name? Simple, done. Right? If you want to go indirect, you'll be like, hey, do you know what, if this is a 24-hour Starbucks or they close, do you know what time they close? And then she'll be like, I think they close at 10. Oh, okay, cool. What are you reading? And then transition into attraction building, depending on what kind of vibe you're getting from the girl. But I love cafes, I love Starbucks, and I love Whole Foods for doing game, okay? I don't like their prices, I don't like their company values, right? They're very leftist, but I do like the type of women that I'm able to meet there, right? A lot of great targets at these places. So that is the number 1 place where you could go to meet good women. And it's a common place where women go every day. So say you see a girl that you like, right? Say you go to a Starbucks and there's a cute girl you see like coming in to get her coffee at like 8:30 in the morning, around the time right before you're going to work. Even if you miss out on that girl, you can pretty much safely guarantee she will be back the next day at the same time. Because most girls who frequent these Starbucks, they tend to go there at the same time every single day. It's almost like a habit, right? It's almost a habit, because there have been a few targets where I've seen and I've just kind of missed them, right? And I just come back the next day at around the same time, and voila, there they are getting their coffee. So it's like they have to get their coffee before work. So you could kind of like map out that their routine or their schedule, what time they're going to be in there. I mean, if there's a specific girl that you like, that you want to talk to. Okay, that's a great thing about Starbucks. Okay, the number 2 place that I love to go pick up women are shopping malls. Okay, I love shopping malls, right? Especially during the week. It's not really that great to go on the weekend just because it's way too busy. But during the week, like Monday through Friday, especially during the day, if you could get away and just walk around the shopping mall, you will see a lot of attractive women in the mall, just kind of window shopping. They're on their break from work and they have nothing to do. They just want to window shop. Perfect opportunity to approach that girl, to start up a conversation with her. I love shopping malls also because usually in the mall, there's already a built-in Starbucks. Right? There's a built-in Starbucks and there's a built-in food court. So if you want to take the girl on an Insta date, you can right then and there. There's a Starbucks and there's a food court. So easy, right? So easy. And it's so easy to window shop together, right? You could grab her hand. You could start already acting like her boyfriend. You could start placing those thoughts in her head, right? You could go on an automatic Insta date right there in the mall, right? I love the mall for doing game. Now, obviously, you want to go to a mall that is more populated. You know, you don't want to go to like a mall that's dead, but even in a mall that's dead, every once in a while you get a cute girl walking around. That's really all you need. All you really need is one target, right? Don't fall into this mindset like, oh, it needs to be like dozens of targets. No, all you need is one. You just need one good target, right? And you're gold. So shopping malls are great just because it already has built-in locations to bounce the girl. Okay, we call that a bounce, right? We bounce the girl like from store to store. You know, we can bounce her to the food court, we can bounce her to the Starbucks, and I mean, there's just so much to do at the mall. But that is my second favorite place that I like to go to find good women. Have found plenty of great looking women at the mall during the daytime. Okay, the third place I like to go to is bookstores. I really love bookstores. When me and my buddy Jared were doing game in LA, he's moved on to like Austin, Texas. But when we would go down to 3rd Street Promenade, right? We would do game at 3rd Street Promenade. The first place we would start, okay? Before we start anywhere else, the first place we would start is in the bookstore. Okay, there's a little bookstore on the corner of, I want to say it's on 3rd or 4th. 3rd in Wilshire, right? 3rd in Wilshire, as I sometimes call it, right? 3rd and Wilshire, there's a bookstore there. It's a Barnes and Nobles, I believe. But we would go in there and we've approached a number of girls in there, right? I think the last set of girls we approached by accident were like still in high school. This is the kind of the shit you'll run into from time to time. But they were still in high school, so we just kind of chatted them up for a bit, just had some fun, and then we just like left. But we always started at the bookstore. And I actually have an infield approach right here on my channel where I did approach a girl at a Barnes and Nobles, right? And this one was actually at the Grove in Los Angeles. There's another Barnes and Nobles there, but it was a little redhead girl. She had kind of a southern accent. She was from like Birmingham, Alabama. Really, really cute girl. And I approached her right there in the bookstore while my wing was in the bathroom. I was like, oh, I'm going for this, right? Really, really cute girl. And really good-hearted. You know, it's not the type of girl you would see at a nightclub on the weekends, getting dressed to the nine, dressing slutty. She was a good girl. Okay, so in bookstores, you will generally find girls who, if they're actually taking the time to read, right? They're actually taking the time to read books. That's a great sign, right? It's a great sign. It means it's generally the type of girl who, like I said, is not going to be out there bar hopping on the weekends, right? If she's in the bookstore and she likes to read, that's a great thing because it means she's more intellectual, right? It means that she has just more class from what I found. I found like the girls I picked up in the bookstore they generally have more class than the girls who don't go to bookstores, the girls who are just out there partying every weekend. They have a lot more class and they're a lot more ladylike too, which is what I love. They're just more ladylike. And I'm talking about girls who read books. So I'm not talking about girls who go to the bookstore and, you know, get a stack of magazines of the latest gossip magazines. No, I'm talking about girls who actually read. And that is in number 3rd place. I love to go to find good women are bookstores, right? It's too bad there's no more Borders. You guys are old enough to remember Borders bookstore. I used to love going to Borders. I picked up a number of girls at Borders, and they closed down thanks to Amazon. And now all we have is Barnes and Nobles. But you'll find plenty of great looking women that are cool, hot, and just very, very classy women at your Barnes and Nobles or any bookstore in your town. I love women who read books. Okay, and the 4th place I love to pick up women are at restaurant bars. I love restaurant bars because they're not like actual bars, right? Because I had somebody try to call me out. They're like, you said don't pick up women at bars. And I'm like, I didn't say all bars, dumbass. I said specific bars with a dance floor. You don't want to pick up girls at bars that have a dance floor, right? Or bars that are trashy, right? Or bars that are like pumping the music. You know, you want a nice bar. So I will tend to pick up girls in restaurant bars. And I'll generally do it if I'm at that restaurant. It's not like I purposely go these days, but because I tend to eat out a lot, and most of the places I eat tend to have a bar there, I will usually eat in the bar or in proximity to the bar where I could see who comes in and out. Because a lot of women who go to those restaurant bars, they'll go with like a girlfriend or something like that after work, right? Maybe grab a little happy hour. And it's a perfect opportunity. It's so easy to pick up girls in restaurant bars. I cannot tell you how many girls I've picked up in restaurant bars over the years. And again, this is not like a bar, right? It's not like a dive bar or anything like that. It's a bar that is in a restaurant where people are eating, families are eating, and she's just going in there with her girlfriends. And these women tend to be, again, less sluttier, less trashier, and less hoier than your typical woman who's out partying on Friday, Saturday night. Okay, so I love restaurant bars for this. You know, even like these chain restaurant bars. Like I go to Chili's a lot, right? I picked up girls at Chili's, at the Chili's bar. I've used to go to Fridays a lot when there was a Friday. Now they're starting to get rid of them. But there's still a few around. But back in the day, I used to go to TGI Fridays a lot, right? Because they're half price. They used to have half price happy hours after 9, and I would always go in there. I would actually go in there with my brother, my younger brother at the time, and I was constantly picking up girls. I mean, he would vouch for him. He's like, yeah, he was always picking up girls at the bar. It's like it was after 9. And these girls were always cool, always young, always hot, and they weren't bar trash. They weren't nightclub celebrities. They weren't even out there on the weekends doing that shit, right? But restaurant bars are the number 4 place that I like to go to find good women. And the 5th and final place that I've just found a ton of good women are at hotel lounges. Okay, I love hotel lounges because it's almost like a restaurant bar, but classier, right? Obviously, it depends on the hotel, but I would say most hotels with a lounge in it tend to be a nice hotel. Okay, and sometimes I will just go to that hotel just to go pick up girls in the lounge, right? One of my favorite right now is the W. I love the W Hotel, both of them. I go to the one in Hollywood and I go to the one in San Francisco. Okay, I go to both of them all the time. And I pick up girls there in the lounge area, in the bar area, right? So hotel bar, hotel lounge, same thing, right? I love the W Hotel. So if you have a W in your town, there are probably a lot of great looking women who go into that bar and lounge, okay, especially in the evening hours, right? That's when I generally go at night. I definitely rather be in a hotel lounge picking up girls than in a nightclub any day. Because in a hotel lounge, when a girl's in there, she has the mental space to allow you to work game on her. Because I always teach my pickup students, like a girl, like it's almost impossible to work game on a girl where she does not have mental space for it because there's so much noise around you. Like at a club, right? At a club, all these horny guys like, babe, 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 like, you know, trying to get at her. And all the music's pumping and the DJ's up there and everyone's dancing and everyone's pushing each other and trying to get by. It's very hard. She doesn't have the mental space to allow you to work game on her. I mean, is it impossible? No. I'm able to do it, like me personally, because that's where I cut my teeth on. You know, I really honed my game, was in clubs. Right? Especially in San Francisco. You guys know my story. I started at the Palladium on off Broadway in San Francisco. It's not there anymore. I think it's like a hustler store. But I started at the Palladium, and I started in that environment, and I learned how to talk very, very quickly and keep the girls' attention on me, you know. And it takes a lot of skill, right? It takes a lot of skill to get a close that way, but I can do it. Takes a lot of skill, takes a lot of energy, right? But at the end of the day, you're really wasting a lot of your time and energy on a girl who's 9 out of 10 times going to be like a club slut. Hate to say it. You know, every once in a while, you'll have that girl that just happens to randomly be there for somebody's birthday party. She doesn't normally club, but she's really the exception to the rule. 99% of those women there are there every single weekend, and they know the game. And you're going to have to work like, you know, super player level game on them. It's not worth it because they're not worth it. I rather expend my energy on a girl who doesn't go to those places, a girl who does have the mental space to allow me to sit there and work game on her. You know, obviously without her knowing it, right? Because girls don't want to know they don't want to know you're working on the game, even though they know subconsciously it's happening, right? But hotel bars and hotel lounges are one of my favorites. And again, I love the W. And you know, there's still music there, but it's a much classier crowd. And you will meet a much classier type of woman, obviously. She's in a hotel bar. She's at the W, which is great. It's a nice hotel. Or even at the Marriott. I picked up girls at the Marriott Hotel Lounge a lot, right? There's one in dead center in the San Francisco. There's also one by SFO Airport. And there's also one out in Los Angeles. There's another one out by Orange County. I've hit all of these places. Right? But you guys keep asking me, where are you finding these women? Where are you finding these women? They're so classy. They're so gorgeous. Where do you get these girls? They don't look like club sluts. This is where I'm getting them, guys. Hotel lounges, restaurant bars, bookstores, Whole Foods, Starbucks, cafes, right? Shopping malls. That's where I'm picking these girls up. Right? I am one of the only pickup artists out there, if the only pickup artist out there who does this. Right, where I specifically, as much as possible, I avoid the clubs, especially in LA, San Francisco, Hollywood. I just avoid them because I started in clubs. I just don't like the environment because I know the type of girl that I'm going to get out of it, right? At the end of the day, it's the type of girl. I don't mind expending that type of energy and that type of game on a girl who's worth it to me, right? Because I've had to game hard for like certain girlfriends that I've wanted to get in my life. I've had to like just go beyond like the game to get these girls, right? And I was willing to do it because these were phenomenal women. They were drop dead gorgeous. They were classy. They had everything I was looking for, right? I don't mind expending the energy on that type of girl. I am not going to expend that same energy on a club slut, okay? And that's like narcissistically thinking her, you know, her value's up here just because she's getting all this attention from these low value beta males in the club. I don't need that anymore. I started there, guys. I started there, you know, and that's not where you find good women. I'm telling you exactly where to go to find good women. And these are my top 5 places that you can go to find good women. They're still out there. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. And yeah, you know, sometimes you'll pick up these girls even in these places and maybe they might not turn out to be good. Maybe they might have some negative qualities, but that's okay. Because there will be a lot that you meet in these places that are cool, that don't have those negative qualities. But I'm telling you exactly where I go to meet good women, and this is where you should go too. These are my top 5 places. And with that said, I'm gonna wrap up here. Until next time, this is M. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Too many of you guys are still unsubscribed to my channel. You have not yet subscribed. So make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. That way, whenever I upload a brand new coaching video to YouTube, you will be the first to get it. You won't have to wait weeks and weeks or kind of search for it on YouTube. Instead, you will get it fresh the same day I upload it, okay? The very same day that I upload it. And the way that you do that is you subscribe to the channel. It's free. It does not cost anything to subscribe, okay? It doesn't cost a thing. So please hit that subscribe button for me as well. And for you guys who want to support my work and support all of this red pill content I'm teaching, guys, even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking 8s, 9s, and 10s. I'm not talking about immoral women. I'm not talking about party girls or single mothers or women who are damaged goods. I'm talking about young, beautiful women that you can date, women that are cool, women that are hot, women that can be like your best friend. I mean, women that, you'll enjoy hanging out with, right? I teach you how to get these girls. As you guys know, I am a professional dating coach. I'm a pickup artist. I've been doing this since the mid-90s. I have no shame at all admitting that, right? I love what I do. I'm one of the best in the world. And so when you jump into 7 months of mastery, you are going to be learning from one of the best in the world, which is me. I'm out there every single week, right? 4 to 5 times per week approaching these girls. So all the lessons you're going to learn in 7 months of mastery are going to help you to go out there and find and attract and bring the hottest women you possibly can into your life, right? Where you're no longer living in scarcity, you're going to be living in abundance. The very first month of 7 months of mastery is only $1, okay? So it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. And even from that very first month alone, you are going to learn enough lessons to be able to go out there. Whenever you see an attractive girl walk by you, you will be able to stop her and you'll know exactly what to say and exactly what to do to close her, whether it's just a simple number close or an insta date where you take her out for an instant date, right? That's why you call it an insta date, whether it's for just a simple coffee, maybe a drink somewhere at a nearby bar, nearby restaurant, right? Or if it's a full-on close, she takes you home, right? I'm not saying, hey, you're gonna have sex with her, but she might be that into you, right? But either way, after the very first month of 7 months of mastery, which again is only $1, no longer will you need to watch all those pretty girls walk by you and then like freeze, you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do. And then later you go home and you kick yourself because you wish you could have just talked to her, right? And it's even especially pathetic if you go home and then you flip on the online porn. You guys know how I feel about FAP, right? I'm all for no FAP. I'm all for no FAP because when you rely on online porn and internet porn, realize, man, it brings down your testosterone levels and it actually increases your estrogen levels. So you'll be even more girly when you watch online porn. And worst of all, it kills your mojo. It kills your sexual libido. It kills your motivation to go out there and actually talk to real life girls, right? This is why after you watch porn, you don't want to do anything but sit there and just self-destruct even more. You might start eating like potato chips, bad food, carbs, sugar. It really kills your state even more. This is why I'm all for no FAP. Right? But imagine if you had the skill, if you had the ability to walk up to a complete stranger and approach her, talk to her, get her interested in you, get her attracted to you, to the point where she even number closes you. And that's happened to me a number of times. It happens every single week, at least a few times, where the girl is just like, give me your number. Let's hang out again. I want to see you again. So in the very first month of 7 months of mastery, you are going to learn enough skill to do that. To be able to see, when you see an attractive girl, you will have enough skill to be able to stop her. You'll know exactly what to say, exactly what to do, and exactly how to close her. Right? Again, whether it's a number close, insta date, or more. Okay, or more. And in the very first month of 7 months of mastery right now, I'm giving away a free cheat sheet. Okay, and in that cheat sheet, I give away my top 5 openers. Okay, I give you my top 5 openers, both direct and indirect. So whether you're approaching a girl directly, where you're communicating your attraction for her immediately, or you're approaching her indirectly, where you're not communicating your attraction for her right off the bat. Instead, you might be asking her for directions, like, hey, where's this Starbucks? Where's the nearest mall? Where is this place? And then depending on what type of vibe you're getting from her, you can transition into attraction building. Okay, but I give you my top 5 openers, both direct and indirect, that I've been using myself for the last 2+ decades. They work, guys. Okay, that's another great thing, is everything you learn in 7 months of mastery has already been field tested to work. Okay, I've been doing this stuff my entire adult life. So you don't have to go out there and do the trial and error. I've already done it for you. I've gone through all the pain, failure, and rejection for you, to the point where now all you need to do is take what I teach you and apply it. Okay, because it's been field tested and it works. It's not something that I came up with in the command tower, right? hiding in the command tower. It's something that I learned from being in field, from actually approaching young, beautiful women. Okay, I'm giving you my top 5 openers, both direct and indirect. I also give you my top 5 negs. All right, you get my top 5 negs, my top 5 DHVs, my top 5 responses to any objections the girl gives you. Like a common one she'll give you is that she has a boyfriend. So if the girl is like, oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend, I tell you how to overcome that objection. Why? Because over half the time, it's gonna be a lie. Okay, women, the reason why she tells you she has a boyfriend is not because she actually has a boyfriend, but she tells you that to get rid of you, okay? Because women who are above an 8 in looks, she doesn't even have to be a dime piece. She doesn't have to be a 10. As long as she's at least an 8 in looks, that girl is getting hit on, okay? She is good enough. She is good looking enough where she's getting a lot of male attention. So even for a woman who's an 8, she will tell you shit like that just to get rid of you. Right? Because it's a time management tool. She doesn't have time to sit there and talk to every single guy who's like, hey, beautiful, what's shaking? You know, she's just gonna be like, sorry, I have a boyfriend. Right? Gets rid of all the suckers. It gets rid of all the chumps. But when you go beyond that and you're like, oh, cool, how long have you guys been together? Right? Which is one of my responses, right? Puts the girl on the spot. And then the girl's like, oh, I don't know, like 7, 8 months maybe. Then you could be like, bullshit, you don't have a boyfriend. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, girl. Right? You can shit test her back. And then she'll be like, okay, I don't have a boyfriend. Hi, what's your name? You know? But it's one of those objections, like once you overcome that initial objection, it's almost instant that it turns into attraction. Instantly, all of the cards shift in your favor. Right? All of the odds shift in your favor. Because you just overcame a major objection that where most guys just walk away. So many guys, when the girl just says, I have a boyfriend, 99% of them walk away. Even the girls I'm dating right now, I'm not their boyfriend, but they constantly tell guys that just to get rid of them. And she's like, every once in a while, she's like, a guy will push through and he'll like question me like, really, how long have you guys been together? Or one of my favorites that I use, that I teach you in 7 Months of Mastery, does he let you have guy friends? Right? Does he let you have guy friends? Because you can't do anything if you're not in the girl's life at all. So it's better to place yourself in her life, right? And then you can work game once you get into her life. So that's why I always tell you guys, if she says, I have a boyfriend, number 1 question is, how long have you been together? Puts her on the spot. Okay, then you can see whether or not she's lying. Number 2 question, whether she has a boyfriend or not, is, does he let you have guy friends? That's harmless. Does he let you have guy friends? Because most of these guys that these girls are dating are not serious, right? Not serious at all. Because if it was serious and she was like on the verge of getting engaged, she would tell you. She'd be like, no, I don't think it's a good idea right now because we're about to get married. And then she would say no. And I've had girls do that where it's that serious. And it's like, hey, no problem. Good luck to you guys, right? But that's not going to happen most of the time. Most of the time, these girls are going to be dating guys that are just like friends of theirs, guys that they haven't even had sex with, right? It's just like casual dating. Like they might just go for drinks every once in a while, or she might just be using him as an emotional tampon. But then here you are approaching her, this stranger, she's just gonna tell you that just to try to get rid of you. That's why I say you gotta push through. Okay, so number 1 question, how long you guys been together? Puts her on the spot. Number 2, does he let you have guy friends? Because she's like, yeah, that's fine, lets me have guy friends. Now you're in. Cool, let's be friends, right? Let's be friends. And it's not like she's putting you in the friend zone. You're putting yourself there temporarily while you work game on her, okay? And there's actually a 3rd follow-up question to that, right? If she tells you she has a boyfriend, there's a 3rd follow-up question that's very powerful. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. If you want it, get into 7 Months of Mastery, okay? Join 7 Months of Mastery. But like I said, the first month is only $1. You're gonna get the entire first month of coaching lessons plus my free cheat sheet as part of 7 Months of Mastery. So take advantage of it. Who doesn't have $1? It's $1. Tell me you can't afford that. And you're gonna get a lifetime of value. And these are lessons, say you don't continue with the program. Say you don't continue and you only do the first month. You'll be able to take what you've learned in that first month of 7 Months of Mastery and use it for the rest of your life. Literally, you'll be able to use these skills for the rest of your life. Whenever you see an attractive girl that you want to approach, an attractive woman, whether she be on the street or even a woman you work with, a woman at your gym, a woman at your restaurant, she might be your waitress, your Starbucks barista, you'll be able to use this stuff on her. Okay, for the rest of your life, for the remainder of your life. More importantly, you'll be able to teach them to other men in your family. Okay, you'll be able to pass these lessons down to your sons, all from the very first month of 7 Months to Mastery. And like I said, it's only $1 right now. What can I tell you? I mean, it's the highest value program you're ever going to join. Okay, and this is something that you never learned in school. Parents, teachers, and society fail to teach you this shit. Okay, if you think you're going to go out there and attract young, beautiful women into your life using that Disney shit that you learned from television, from the movies, good luck, right? You will get eaten alive. The only type of women that Disney shit's gonna get you, that you learn from TV and movies, are 4s and 5s. Okay, those 4s and 5s in your social circle that are going to shout you down like a little boy in the middle of Target, in the middle of Walmart, in the middle of the mall, and she's never gonna have respect for you. Why would you throw your life away like that when you don't have to? You have so much more potential, so use it, okay? But I can't force you to take action. It's up to you as a man to take control of your own future and your own destiny. Okay, again, what parents, teachers, and society fail to teach you, fail to teach us. All these lessons, I didn't learn them from school. I didn't learn them from university. I didn't learn them, from any of my teachers growing up. I learned them from going out in field. So you're getting it from the field, guys. You're getting it from an experienced pickup artist, one of the best pickup artists in the world, right? I'm in the top 25. And personally for me, I've said this before, my ego tells me I'm in the top 10 because I can run circles around these top guys easily. I see them out in LA all the time. I'm constantly running circles around them, right? I even help with some of their students sometimes. I'm that nice of a guy. I don't have to help them, but I help some of their students. I feel bad. I see them approaching a girl, and I'm like, what are you trying to do, dude? It's like, oh, I'm on this boot camp right now. I don't know if I should say this. I'm like, come on, let's go do it. We'll go approach her. I even help them out. A number of times I help these guys out, and I don't have to because I feel bad for their students. Right? But first month of mastery is only $1. Take advantage of it. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you could get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Okay. Hey, real quick. So on my cell phone, you guys saw the Firebird logo, right? It's actually from a 77 Trans Am, because I had a lot of guys go like, hey man, that rising phoenix, you're pushing Illuminati values. And it's like, no, jackass, it's from a 77 Firebird, okay? And I have a model of it right here, as a matter of fact. So as you guys can see, this is a 77 Firebird Trans Am. It's a little die-cast model, and you can see it's the same logo that you see on my cell phone, okay? It's a Pontiac Trans Am. Oh, let me turn it around. It's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty well detailed. And you can see on the plate, it's kind of blurry. It says 77 TA, which means Trans Am. Because I am a gearhead. I love muscle cars. I used to tinker with them. Growing up in high school, we used to buy them cheap. Me and my buddies, we would buy 69 Camaro Z28. My buddy had a Z28. We worked on his car. We would pull the engine and work on it. Right now, you guys know I have a 65 Corvette Stingray. I'm just a gearhead. I love these muscle cars. I love to toy with them. So on my cell phone, you saw the Trans Am logo on there, and a lot of idiots were like, yeah, Illuminati, it's Illuminati. It's like, no, dude, learn about cars. It's a 77 Trans Am, the baddest cars of the muscle car era, like the end of the muscle car era in the 70s. Super badass car, right? Yeah, if these guys would stop driving Toyota Priuses and hybrid cars and electric cars and smart cars, they might learn a little bit about a real man's car.